Hey, welcome to another edition of the Full Arch Masters podcast. I'm Dr. Ryan Dunlop, and we are here once again at the end of another FAM flagship course in Fresno, California. I am joined today by three of our alumni docs that just finished the course. So if you don't mind, just take a minute and introduce yourself and tell us where you're from and kind of how you heard about Full Arch Masters.
Hi, I'm Dr. Candy Hans. I've been a general dentist for about 13 years. I practice in San Jose. One of my friends took this course, and my other doctor, and she was like, "Candy, you have to take this course." So here I am.
Who was that?
Dr. Navpanjat.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so one of our beloved alumni.
Yes. So it's been a power-packed week, and I'm so happy that I made changes to my schedule, and I'm here learning from the best.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you had a good time, and welcome.
Thank
Doc?
you.
Dr. Andrew Yoon from Ormond Beach, Florida, and I heard about this course because I keep on seeing his face all over my Facebook feed, and then you ask yourself, what are the best doing? And so I figured if I would get trained by the best, and that's why I'm here today.
Awesome. Doc?
All right, I'm Bruce Beheshtin. I'm from Austin, Texas, general dentist, and I have a background in engineering, so I love digital dentistry, and I've been following all roots of digital dentistry, and of course I found Full Arch Masters, and I said that's what I want to do next. That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. Well, Full Arch Masters is a 4-day boot camp, right, that exposes you guys to a brand new way of thinking about full arch dentistry, and a lot of that has to do with advanced technology, right? So we want to use as much technology to help us become more accurate and more precise and more predictable with our patients. So tell us about the technology that you saw this week and whether or not you were impressed by it.
I was certainly very, very impressed. I think also the range that you have, it's like two different kinds of cameras that you have. Vectra could be a good thing for your office, or the ray face,
Right.
so you can do your selection. And same thing with the photogrammetry, you had 3 different options, and whichever works for your office or your pocket.
Right. Pocketbook
if
matters.
pocket and office you can select. So yeah, just getting exposed to all of that under one roof was really great, and having hands-on experience with them.
Right.
On patients as well. So
Real life
yes,
patients.
real life patients. So that was incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
For us, we do almost everything digital in our office except for implants. Everything is analog, and so I want to kind of really streamline process, and I know you guys do it so well. But I was really surprised because how accurate it was, how quick it was, and something you can use right when you get back home. So that's one of the things I was looking forward to.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, so as I said, I love digital dentistry, and I'm doing it right now. I'm totally designed my implant placement by the software that we have, and I designed the surgical guide, place implant, everything. And when I came here, I realized that, you guys are using top-notch technology here. Whatever practice needs to have, to do a perfect job for full, arch works. So I was exposed to multiple technologies. Of course, some of them were kind of basically everything was kind of suitable for each practice budget. So
Right.
that was interesting to me.
Great. So you guys are all going to go back home, the Bay Area, Florida, all over the country, right? And how are you going to implement some of the things that you learned here at Full Arch Masters? What do you think the first step for you guys is going to be to bring some of this back home? We'll stay with you, Bruce.
So basically, as I told you before, I'm gonna just do whatever that you showed us here. I'm just gonna go according to the plan,
Right.
step by step. So from treatment planning all the way to surgeries, and then restoration of the arches, everything. And I'll be more than happy to use your knowledgeable lab technicians to do my work, because I know that way the case gonna come out perfect.
Right. So monkey see, monkey do.
Yes, sir.
Right. I'm the monkey. And you're the monkey disciple. What about you?
So I've tried a lot of things and made my own mistakes. And so I think the best thing I'm gonna do is probably just follow you this whole process blindly. It's the best
Right.
way to do it.
Well, I made all the mistakes ahead.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Nice. So I
don't want
can
to duplicate.
save you
For sure.
oodles of trouble
Yep.
and oodles of money
Yep.
making mistakes. What about
Yeah,
you, Candy?
I'm going to cut, copy, paste,
Cut.
whatever.
There we go.
Okay, good.
So I'm gonna make all the copies and laminate the papers that you gave, like
Right.
phase 0 records, phase 1, phase 2, what to do, and I'm going to replicate that exactly.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
I know that my lab will appreciate all of those
Yeah.
kind of words
Yeah.
because a lot of the times the mistakes that are made is when people veer off and don't get the same type of data, and then we have to kind of backtrack. So while you were here for the week, it was a combination of intense learning sessions where your brain bleeding out your ears, and then there's fun sessions that are designed to lighten the mood, and that's all a reflection of my team, right? So the team that was working with you this week, what do you think about the Full Arch Masters team?
It was wonderful. Everyone was very helpful, from the lab technicians, to the designing. Even, Amy and everyone has been very warm and helpful throughout. They are checking on us if we need anything, if we have eaten,
Right.
everything. So we felt like we have been taken care of very nicely.
That's great.
For us, dentistry is challenging, but by and large, the hardest part about our profession is dealing with our staff and how to communicate with them.
Right.
And so I have 30 employees, and so I'm just looking around the people here, and it kind of helps us like level up. This is what we should be doing in our own office.
Right.
So that's what I'm taking from
Managing a
this.
big team
For
is
sure.
definitely a challenge. Bruce?
Yeah, something that I found it very interesting here was how everything is so organized and everybody knows what they're doing, and it was like great team working, and it was very impressive. And that's again something that I would like to implement in my own practice.
Great.
Can I add something? now?
Sure.
What I noticed was like you were not telling anyone what to do. As he mentioned, everyone knew what they were doing.
Right.
So in other offices, the doctor has to be there and guide everyone.
Right.
So here, everyone knew what they were
Everybody
supposed
knows
to,
their role, and we all
They-
kind of row in unison.
and they are like engraved in there. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
so I think that is important.
One of the other things that we really pride ourselves on here is the patient experiences. So it's very rare, I think, to go to a course like this and be able to interact with real patients and be able to practice things and see things done, live surgery and that sort of thing. How important do you think the live surgery aspect of this was? We'll start with you.
Oh, the 100% is so important because you can do things on a model, but to see it on an actual patient, actually, work on the patient, completely different game changer.
Right.
And so I'm glad that we were able to do that too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, any thoughts on live patients?
Absolutely. And I'm happy that we had the chance to kind of observe you doing surgery on both arches at the same time.
Yeah,
That
you guys
was-
were
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, very special.
Yes.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
And I loved the interaction between you and your team with the patient. And it was kind of giving and getting the feeling and emotions. That was really nice.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was really good to see you in the real action, and see again how the workflow is happening in the operatory room,
Right.
like how you are working on the patient and how the assistants are again auto-dialed. You don't have to tell them things, so it's happening in autopilot mode.
Right. Everybody understands.
Understands, yeah. So it was very good to see that.
Their role. Right.
Yeah.
So you guys are all GPs. You're all general dentists, right? And more general dentists are getting involved in Full Arch, and I think that's great. How important do you think it is for the general dentist to be involved in all aspects of this, from diagnostics to surgery, laboratory, finished product? Like, how important do you think that is, or do you not think it's that important?
I think it is important because ultimately we are the ones who are going to deliver the finished product.
Right.
So to be involved in every step is good. You should know everything, but yes, you can delegate the stuff. Like you said, we have your labs to do the designing, so we
Right.
can delegate that stuff to them. But it's good to know that yourself as well.
Right.
So I think it's good to be dialed in as a general dentist from start to finish. You should know everything. everything.
You should understand
Understand
the
the process.
That's, I think, what we try to teach is understand the process.
Yes.
You may not be able to do all that little finite details,
Yes.
but you can empower your team to do those.
Yes,
And
exactly.
you need to be kind of in the
Yes.
center. What about you?
I feel like we're the bridge between the GPs and the surgeons. The GP, not necessarily all of them can do the surgery. The surgeons can't necessarily do the prosthetics, and so we're kind of the bridge between that. And so I think that's super valuable for this course.
All right.
I believe if, as general dentists, we're going to do surgeries, we are going to do the restoration part of the job, I believe we gotta master that part. We gotta do good quality of work. We gotta do something that is according to, standard of care. So that's why I believe a good education, a great training with right people is crucial.
Right.
So you can kind of deliver that, I don't say the same level, but very close
Right.
to what specialists are providing for the patient.
Right.
So ultimately the outcome going to be great,
Right.
and patient going to be happy.
It really is full spectrum specialty care. You have specialty level diagnostics, specialty level surgery, specialty level technology, specialty level prosthetics.
Mhm.
It's all really at the highest level.
Mhm.
So I give you guys all credit for starting this journey to strive for that. It's really an exciting thing to see. So as you're now leaving this course, just quickly tell me how are you feeling? Are you inspired? Are you scared? Are you motivated? How would you describe how you feel coming out of this course?
I'm very excited, and as I told, I have probably a patient lined up next week.
That's right. You talked
So
about
I
that.
have all the knowledge
Right.
fresh here, so I'm gonna apply it right away.
Okay, so you're excited. You
I'm
want to
very
get going and do
excited.
this.
Yes,
It's okay. A little nervous.
little,
Little?
of course.
That's okay. It's okay
It's good to be
have a
nervous,
little
yeah.
It is good to be nervous.
Yes.
Well, how do you feel, Doc?
Before this course, everything was kind of daunting. You just don't know what you don't know.
Right.
But I feel a lot more confident. And the only thing I kind of regret is I didn't do this earlier.
Mm.
That's my biggest regret.
Right.
Like 5-10 years ago would be great.
Well, it didn't exist.
I know.
So no
Yeah,
fault
sure.
of your
No
own.
regrets.
Yeah, okay, no regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. But I've heard that before from
Okay.
other alumni. Wish we would have done this sooner.
Yep.
How do you feel, Bruce?
Yeah, so I'm not scared. I'm kind of motivated and inspired, and I'm ready to make changes in some lives.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, what would you say, just to follow up with that, what would you say to some doc watching this podcast thinking, man, I want to be there. I want to do this. I'm just nervous. I don't know. I don't know if I should pull the trigger. What would you say to a doc who's kind of thinking about that?
As I said, they need to go to right people and get the right training. So the level of stress and anxiety gonna be much lower.
Right, right. What would you say to someone who's on the
Just
couch?
take massive action. Just if you live near me, don't take this course.
You're in the same county.
Yeah, just go somewhere else.
All right, that's
It's
your
not for
territory.
you.
In fact, all of Florida.
Yeah,
Just,
just
go somewhere else.
I got this territory.
Yeah, right. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
The good thing, though, just as an aside, is I think that the barriers to care are really not the competition in the area. The biggest barrier to care is patient education and patient financing and that sort of thing. So I've trained doctors right down the street from each other. And instead of becoming competitors, they become collaborators, and they both have doubled the size of their practice. So you really have an edge to compete against other docs who are doing more traditional analog workflows, and the digital workflow is really just going to transform your practices. So how do you feel coming out of this?
Yeah, I think I would definitely recommend the course, and I will tell them not to think too much and just go for it, because it's going to change their life and they're going to change someone else's life.
Right.
So I think they should just go for it.
Well, Doc, I give you special homework. You need to tell at least 5 female doctors.
I will.
Because we love our female fam
Yes.
doctors. There's not enough women in full arch. And whenever I teach a class or whenever I go to a class, it's like 90% men. So we always love our fam females. Please tell everybody that you know that women need to be in full arch just as much as men. And they need to do surgery. They need to do the whole thing. So we're here to support that 100%. So that's your special homework.
Yes, thank you so much.
And your guys just go home and take over your markets.
All right.
Well, I thank you so much to all of you for taking time out of your practices, taking time out of your families, and traveling very far for some of you to come and spend the week with us. We genuinely appreciate it from me and from my team. So I just want to express my gratitude to you guys, and I hope you got a lot out of the course. And you have a couple more hours here to pack in a little bit of information. I know, Bruce, you have to travel, so we'll give you the pass on that one. What are you two guys going to do with your last little afternoon here?
I'm actually going to try to go home early too. I've got 4 teams I have to coach.
That's
for
right.
Football, yeah.
So you're going to get out of here
I'm
soon?
going to try
That's
as
all
soon as
right.
possible.
I'm gonna try some photogrammetry.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm gonna play with some more technology back there and
Awesome.
get my hands on
Get
it.
your hands on the
Yeah.
few last little details.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you guys safe travels. And
Thank you.
again, thank you for coming to Full Arch Masters. And we look forward to seeing great things from all of you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Full Arch Masters podcast. I'm Dr. Ryan Dunlop, and we are finishing up 8 days straight of Full Arch Masters. We called this our FAM Stravaganza. For the first time ever, we did 2 courses back to back. This is the end of our second course, and so my team has been working basically for 2 weeks straight, so they deserve a break. And I'm extremely excited to see what we're going to unveil for you guys in 2024. This is actually our last flagship course of the year. We are already pre-booking for all of our courses for 2024. So lots more to come from Full Arch Masters, lots more to learn, lots more to share. And I hope you check us out online at fullarchmasters.com and follow us on all the socials, and you'll be hearing from us soon.